the TV surround sound system? Oh, you've been to B&H. How'd you know? Because their home entertainment department is amazing. I know, and their prices are great holiday gift ideas. Cameras, PCs, Macs, iPods, and they have the most helpful staff in town. I love it there. But seriously, you might want to think about getting your wife a little something besides the home entertainment system. Now, why would I do that? At B&H, you'll find everything you need for the perfect holiday gift, including large screen TVs, iPods, headphones, pro audio and pro video equipment, cameras, lenses, lighting equipment, projectors, iPads, and tablets. B&H is located at 34th Street in Nicolls Road and online at B&H.com. Open every day except Friday afternoon and Saturday. Free parking event. You go to B&H. The station you know, the people you trust. 1010 Wins. Thankfully, that is out of the way. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Got a pretty good ride at the inbound Lincoln. I see that on the jam cam, no delay. Inbound at the Holland from the Turnpike with about a 10 to 15 minute delay. You're good from 1 and 9. G off the bridge, in, out, up or down, moving very nicely. Where I am seeing brake lights is the outbound Holland on the Jersey side, getting up towards 1 and 9, and that is a construction-related delay. Let's go to Westchester County. You're good over the Tappan Zee Bridge despite foggy conditions, but we are still seeing brake lights here on the New York State Thruway getting into the tap both ways, and then the Hutchinson River Parkway northbound Wolf's Lane getting into the Cross County. That is a crash. New York State Thruway northbound at the Cross County, just getting word accident there, takes out the right and center lanes. I'm Brian Britton. Our next report at 12:31 on 1010 Wins.
David Lerner Associates, the sensible middle ground of investing. Learn more at 1-800-367-3000. 1-800-367-3000. Wins News Time, 12:22. We have less than a month to go before the fiscal cliff arrives. At this point, no compromise plan in sight to avoid falling off a cliff that includes tax hikes across the board and deep spending cuts. Treasury Secretary Tim Geithner, appearing on ABC this week, said President Obama is willing to cut spending, but he's looking for Republicans to commit to higher tax rates on the wealthy before agreeing to any deficit reduction deal. As for the chances a deal can be reached before reaching the edge of the cliff,
I actually think that we're going to get there. I mean, just inevitably going to be a little political theater in this context. Sometimes that's a sign of progress. We're actually making a little bit of progress, but we're still some distance apart.
House Speaker John Boehner on Fox News Sunday said he was flabbergasted after looking at the president's proposal he received last week.
He had stimulus spending in here that exceeded the amount of new cuts that he was willing to consider. It was not a serious offer.
President Obama's plan calls for $1.6 trillion in higher taxes over the next decade, including higher taxes for the wealthy. Speaker Boehner said he's willing to consider a change in tax deductions for the wealthiest Americans, but he didn't provide any specifics on that. Wins News Time, 12:23. Police looking for a fake cop who tried to rob a man in his home near the Bronx Zoo and then shot him. Happened in October in the Belmont section of the Bronx. Cops say the victim said he let the man into his home because he thought he knew him. That's when the suspect took out a badge and a gun. The victim refused to hand over any money. That's when he was shot. The gunman took off. The man was caught on surveillance video. Anybody with any information is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 800-577-TIPS. Wins News Time 12:24. It's something of a December tradition. The 6-day bear hunt in New Jersey begins tomorrow with hunters and protesters getting ready. But officials say there are fewer bears this year, which could mean fewer hunters and fewer kills. This is the third straight year for the December bear hunt, which began as a result of the escalation of the bear population over the last decade. Unlike past years, legal action cannot block the hunt this time around. Protesters are fighting in court to be allowed to just demonstrate near the bear carcass check stations. A young girl whose favorite animals are dolphins had something less than a positive experience in a recent visit to SeaWorld Orlando. Correspondent Dan Harris telling us 8-year-old Lillian
That's when she apparently made a crucial mistake. Raising the small plate of dolphin food in the air out of excitement. The park warns people not to do that. The dolphins apparently